Hey guys, good Sunday afternoon from Missouri. What's going on? What's going on? Nothing that I know of. I was just sitting here Googling around trucking news and seeing what I could find. I can't find nothing. Nothing too exciting going on in trucking other than rates are not stellar. The economy's not stellar. I'm not a doom and gloom guy, but it certainly ain't pretty out there. Someone was asking me, I did just Google this whole English speaking getting shut down thing. It looks like, man, it varies. Each expert has their own opinion, but it looks like since they started whipping that up a couple, 3-4 months ago, I don't know when it was, they put anywhere from 1,200 to 2,500, 3,000, somewhere in there. Everybody's got a different number, but it doesn't matter. Let's just say 3,000. Let's just say 4,000. That's nothing. That's less than 0.5% of the trucks on the road. That's literally going to do nothing to change the industry. So smoke and mirrors, they're feeding certain people what they want to hear and making them think they're making the world a better place. And it ain't changing nothing. So it is what it is. Other than that, I got kind of a mess on my hands here. I don't know how this is going to pan out. I might have to take off my nice hat and put on my business hat because I loaded a load. Man, what a mess. I loaded this load I got on my truck right now Friday morning. But first of all, I stayed up there in St. Louis instead of coming home, which is fine. Instead of coming home empty, I'll bring something home. But I had to chill for 14 hours, which sucks. I don't like that much time off. And could have been home by 7:30, 8 o'clock Thursday night. But I stayed and loaded first thing 7 a.m. when they open. I no sooner pulled on the scale to scale out and I get a text, don't load that load. I'm like, oh, Lord. So I go in. They don't know what they're talking about. I'm all, let me pull off the scale and find out. And I had to wait a little bit. And they called in and they say, okay, they're going to take it. I'm all, okay, well, all right, off we go. Went back in, got my paperwork strapped down, was almost home. I'd say about 40, 50 miles out from the house. Now they don't want it. I'm like, hey, too bad, because I'm already home. I ain't turning around and coming back anyways. I'm closer to where I'm going. I'm only about 80 miles away to where I'm going versus going back 140, about 100, actually Alton. It's about 175 miles back. So I come about 40 miles out of route to come home versus going straight down 55. But either way, I might as well take it there. So they tried, they called. The last I heard Friday was they're going to call me at 7:30 in the morning and tell me to bring it back or take it there. They're waiting to hear on an email. They said they sent them an email, and this is where my eyebrow went up a little bit. They said, yeah, we told them if you had to bring it back, it'd be like $500 or you could sit on it for $200 and maybe they could take it Tuesday. And I'm like, no. I think you need to consult the owner of the truck first because I'm not bringing it back for $500. I don't even want to bring it back for the rate. But I told him I'll bring it back for the, what do we got here? $840 it was going to pay me. Yeah, right. Even though I'm taking a loss of that, but I'm certainly not bringing it back for $500. Heck no. So they have to pay the full rate. And I said, and if I got to sit for a day, that's $500. I don't know where you come up with $250, but my truck makes $500 a day, easy peasy, without even trying. I said, or I can just go deliver it. But I go, you wait whatever you want, but you're going to need a different set of figures with me come Monday morning. And they said, okay, well, we'll fix it. We'll figure it out. We will see. I don't have trouble like this. Actually, this is the first time this has ever happened. And, these guys, St. Louis are good, man. I work with them all the time. I mean, I'll cut them a little slack, but, I ain't running around for peanuts. I'll tell you that, because if I got to take it back, even at the full rate, I'm losing money because I'm not going to load out of Blytheville to go to Chicago. I'll load out of there, which pays less because it's less distance. So, yeah, they're going to have to figure this out. I mean, this is where things get, you got to be polite and professional, but you got to stand your ground. The market does not bear me giving up money right now. Okay, it's too thin. I can't afford to be hauling You know, I can't haul this stupid thing around, waste all 2 days basically to make a 400 or 500 mile round trip for $500. No, and no, we're not doing that. So, I mean, I'll be spending $400 in fuel. No, we're not doing that. No, I don't know what you're thinking. So, yeah, probably not 400, but you know what I'm saying. Other than that, that's all I know. I'm kind of just rambling on. What was I going to do? I was going to do some video clips. The sheet, SHEET, I see out here just to entertain you guys, and I never got to it. Something different for the channel. So what I'm going to go do is I'm going to look for load board requests, although I don't think I had any this last week, but I'll scroll through the comments. So remember, if you want something on the load board, city and state, and then whatever you want to say, or I'll never find it, because the channel's not that big, but we're approaching 7,000-ish. So I get minimum 50 comments to 100 comments a week on various videos. Some of the videos are very old, but I get a lot of comments. So I need to see the city and state as I'm scrolling through comment, because I'm not going to open each one. I'll be here all stinking day. All right, guys, let me go check it out. And if I got something, we'll do the load board. If not, the next thing you will see is just me, and we'll run the numbers, because I'm only doing load board requests at this point. So if there is none, I'll be back with the numbers. If there is, the next thing you'll see is the load board. See you in a minute. All right, here we go. So this is what our driver app looks like when you open it up. There's the load that I am on that is in question. There you got all kinds of stuff, settlements, load board assignments, trip history, blah, blah, blah. We're not going to open all that stuff up. We'll go right to the load board. 573 loads out there at the moment. Pretty good for a Sunday afternoon, Roger. We had one load board request. It was Savannah, Georgia, to and from. I cannot do the to. I have never been able to figure that out. Our load board doesn't really work that way. So, but I can do the from Savannah. Okay, and I'll try to do it. There are some back hauls, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to go back to Savannah. So if you search 100 miles of Savannah, there's a load. You click on it. It'll come up as a back haul. We'll see if that's there. And all that means is it'll bring you back within 100 miles of Savannah. So I guess I can kind of do the to and from Savannah, Georgia. We'll start with 100 miles. And we will do date range of today all the way out to Friday. Let's see if there's anything. We got 7 loads, so we're going up into New York. Now, if you see this where it says opportunity, that is also available on the spot market to other brokers. So we got a couple of them. But here's the thing. If you call on that load, they're not offering you $3.91 a mile. They're going to offer you about $2.50 a mile. So this is, our agents put it all out there. Every dollar that's in that load is already out there. So this is one way you can know what does the spot market pay. You can go find that load on the spot market pretty easy. And you can see they'll be trying to push it for about $2.50, and then you got to try to fight them with money, and they ain't got no more money, they say. But ours throw every dollar that is available on that load out at the very beginning, because it all goes through CRST, and they get a percentage of the total. So the more they get you, the better. Okay, so anyways, let's check it out. 181 over into Alabama, not very good. But let's click on that one because Alabama has a lot of freight. Reloads, they got 4. So let's click on the reloads. Here you go. I don't know why that is Garden City. What are we doing here? Hold on a minute. No, we're at Savannah, Georgia. Let me go back. I don't know why it was reloading back into Chicago, because that's nowhere near Savannah, Georgia. So that could be a glitch in the system. Let's try something else. Let's try Florida. Oh, hey, there are going to be no reloads coming out of Florida. We stay out of Florida with flatbeds. Let's look in Virginia. 2 reloads. Back to West Virginia and Pennsylvania. Are those within 100 miles of Savannah? I don't know, but that's the way the reload is supposed to work, I think. No, you know what? No, I'm wrong. Scratch all that nonsense. The reload will just be what's within 100 miles of that city you're going to. It could be going anywhere. So my bad. I don't use the load board a lot. I've been telling you guys that for years. I don't get on here that often. I just work straight with the agents, and I just use 2 or 3 of them. So let's adjust out the filters. Give you within 200 miles of the house if you live in Savannah. There you go, man. 36 loads. Savannah's a fine place to live. You won't starve to death down there. Up and down the seaboard, over into Indiana, through the Carolinas, up into Chicago, North Carolina, good into Ohio, West Virginia. You got all kinds of stuff to do here. All right. I'm going through it, and you can pause and look and write notes and everything else. I apologize about the reload. I thought that was a reload coming back, but no. It's just going to be reloads within a 200 mile or whatever you have your mileage filter set as to where you're going. So like here to Georgia, probably be a ton of reloads. 28 reloads, right? That's not 28 back to Georgia or your part of Georgia. It's 28 loads within 200 miles of that destination. I apologize again. All right, guys, that's all we got for the load board. Let me run these numbers, and then we'll go through them and move on and enjoy the rest of our Sunday. All right, see you in a minute. All right, guys, first and foremost, there must have been a glitch in the matrix. I don't know how this happened, but I got a driver referral. I know a lot of you guys put me down, and they just don't seem to get to me for some reason anymore, but one slipped through the system. So J.C. Kimball, I appreciate you, man. Yours got through there. You guys keep putting me down if you want, and I'll either get it or I won't. It ain't no big deal. I will throw up my driver ID, or you can just put the YouTube guy or put my first and last name on that spot on your application. Put YouTube Missouri guy, whatever. They'll know who it is, all right? So here we go with the numbers this week in freight. I did 4 loads. Those loads totaled 3473.74. I did how many miles did I do? 1,310 loaded miles. I didn't have many empty miles. I think less than 100. I figured 200 for you lease guys when we get to that part of it. But like I said, I don't factor in empty miles like a lot of guys think you have to. I mean, empty, my thing, 500 or less a week, I'm happy. All right, so 1,310 miles. 265 a loaded mile to me after the 25%. All these numbers are to me, Roger. My cost, $340 is my CRST deductions, trailer rent, base plate, bobtail insurance, everything, Quailcom, all the little things we pay for. I had $1,629 in fuel, and I had parking, $19 just because I didn't want to park in the back of the Petro in Gary. I was being lazy, so I just paid. Not actually, but it's same as cash. I used my points, so those same as cash. So you can write that off on your taxes. So I factored it in here. That left me a net of $2108.45. It ain't a super big week, but we didn't tear up the asphalt too much either. So I had a cost per mile, if you add up the 340 to the 19. I had nothing on the credit card this week. No tolls, no nothing. Of $1365.29, giving me a cost per mile. My cost is $1.04, leaving me $1.61 net. So pretty certain there are no company drivers making $1.61. So we're still edging them out week after week, month after month, year after year. You lease purchase guys, I figure your cost to be about $800 above and beyond mine. You're right in there around $1,250, $1,200 with your lease payment. And maybe you're paying into your escrow and all of those things, which I don't have any of that. So I add that 800 in. Yeah, 800 for that. And then your mileage maintenance, I added 200 to the loaded miles. I don't think I had that many. And they don't always get you for all these miles. But if they did, at 1,510 miles, that'd be $302, $302, leaving you a net of $1,645. Although you would probably have 100, more likely even 150, maybe even $200 less in fuel in the plastic Cascadia than I do in my Kenworth. So you'd probably be around $1,200, and it probably really wouldn't have dinged you for every mile. So you'd have probably been around $1,300. So there you go. It is what it is. All right, guys, that's it. Short and sweet. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday afternoon. Keep your chin up, man. I mean, trucking, hey, it's been worse. I mean, '08 was way worse, way. But it ain't pretty out there. I don't understand it, man. It's above my pay grade. Don't know what is going on with this economy. Should be zooming up. We should be doing good. Change the guard at the White House. That has made things worse, which I don't understand. Don't do a lot of politics here. And despite the drill baby drill and all that, diesel is soaring. I don't know about gas. I don't buy a lot of gas. Let me know about gas. Gas going up? I don't know. I'd have to ask the wife. But I know diesel just keeps creeping up. We're well over $4 a gallon in the areas I'm running in Illinois, down here in Missouri. Now, this is before my discounts, 380, 390, but that's a huge jump because pre-January or changing of the guard, we were 250 in Missouri, 350. So I think we've gone close to $1 a gallon more in diesel since the beginning of the year. And nobody can explain to me why. I don't know why. Diesel goes up, my rate goes down. We about some of the dumbest people on the planet to keep doing this, right? I keep telling you, don't get in trucking unless you love it, because if you don't love it, you'll hate it. This is the craziest business, man. If you're looking to make money, there's probably better ways to make money. All right, guys. God bless you, man. We'll catch you next week. See you. Bye.